We're back after a year. Last time we made a video, Annalee had just finished her first phase of treatment. And in the meantime, we finished 5 phases of treatment nearly. And something else kind of crazy happened. Pandemic. Which all of you also went through, and everybody, I'm sure, had really difficult things that went on. But for us, it made cancer treatment even more difficult. And really, we kind of just lost our momentum. It was hard enough just going down to Salt Lake all the time for treatment. So Annalee didn't really feel like making any videos. But we went through phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. We started phase 5. There were a lot of planned visits to the hospital where she stayed for several days. There were a few unplanned visits to the hospital, visits to the emergency room.
I hate the emergency room.
Yes, and but things were looking good. We were excited about 2021. It was going to redeem all years after 2020. And we were looking forward to getting our shots and going on trips again. And she had 1 year left because in April of 2022, that would have been when she finished treatment. But something happened.
Relapse.
What does relapse mean?
Relapse means my cancer has come back tenfold. And the previous treatment wasn't working, so now I have a crappy treatment. It's 10 times worse.
But we still have a treatment, so that's good. We try to stay positive about it, right? But it was very, very upsetting when it happened. Suddenly everything that we'd worked toward was gone, and they told her that she would have to have a bone marrow transplant. Luckily, her little sister is a match for that. So what's going on this summer, Annalee?
This summer, we're going to stay in the hospital for 105 days, so... And we have to stay in Salt Lake for 105 days.
So between the hospital and our stay in Salt Lake, it'll be a total of 105 days.
Yeah. No, it's 2 separate visits. We're going to spend 2/3 of the year away from home.
It could be worse, right?
It could not be worse.
It could be worse.
Could not.
So Annalee relapsed. She spent over 30 days in the hospital.
With a fever the entire time.
Yeah, it was really rough. They had to poke her multiple times a day to test her blood to see if there was any other reason for the fever. And they finally decided that it was a combination of her cancer and the medication they were giving her. So they gave her...
But after they came to that conclusion, they were still poking me every single day. They're like, this is what's happening and causing it, but maybe.
They had to be sure.
No, they didn't.
Anyway, they gave her a new treatment. It's an antibody treatment, so it wasn't chemo. But that doesn't mean it was necessarily fun either. She had to wear a very stylish...
My arm still hurts.
...fanny pack and for a month, and then she had to wear it for another month. And it was constantly putting...
poison. There's no other way to say it.
Medicine.
There's no other way to say it. Poison.
Into her body through her port.
Poison.
And she couldn't easily take a bath without having to like tape everything to cover it up, protect it. And it really made her feel awful. And we had a couple of visits to the ER during that. This was all very recent, happened in March and April and May. So we're trying to get her body to the point where she could get a bone marrow transplant this summer.
I don't want a bone marrow transplant.
Do you want to die?
I mean, no.
Okay, bone marrow transplant then.
No.
So there's some crazy things going on with our family right now because we had to be in the hospital for so much time, all of March, and we're going to be there all of this summer. Then we couldn't have the kids at home because Nathan had to go to work, and I had to be in the hospital. So they're actually living with my sister, their aunt, and finishing up the school year. So that's just kind of crazy. But in the meantime, we bought a new house, which was nearly impossible because, of course, everybody is like way overbidding all the houses. There's like 50 people applying for every house that comes for sale. But a very nice lady took pity on us because of our story and let us buy her house before she listed it. So we don't get to move in for a couple months because another very nice group of people at the Anderson Hicks group, including Chris, are planning to make over our house, turn it from its 1970s glory into
Glory.
2020's glory, and gonna update some things. And the thing I'm most excited about is they're gonna do a really special made-over room for each of the kids. So Annalee is finally gonna get her own room. Where have you been sleeping so far?
Under a loft bed on the mattress on the floor.
Yeah, and so her 5-year-old sister was sleeping on a loft bed above her, and then the other two kids, the brother and sister, were sharing a room, which brothers and sisters sharing rooms just stinks. So everyone is getting their own room this time, and we're pretty excited about that. If you want to be part of that fundraiser, you can buy a shirt, Best Worst Club shirt, or you can just donate to the GoFundMe or the Venmo below. There will be some other fundraisers that are coming up. We'll let you guys know. What is the Best Worst Club? By the way, this channel is called the Best Worst Club. What does that mean?
Cancer Club, because benefits, cancer benefits, and also just having cancer is the worst. So, yeah.
Like the very worst things happen to us, but we're with the very best people while it's happening, and we get a lot of kindness shown to us. So welcome to the club. Bye.
Bye.